Tonight on Elon Local News. Changes to the School of Communications. We tell you what to expect when you come back to campus next year. How one student has used his college transition as a clean slate.
And an update about pedestrian safety after 2 students were hit by a car.
All that and more. Elon Local News starts right now.
Live from the Jane and Brian Williams studio at Elon University School of Communications, you're watching Elon Local News.
Evening, and thanks for joining us. Today is Monday, April 8th. I'm Amanda Gibson.
And I'm Samantha Casamento. We begin today with some new information about recently hired men's basketball coach Mike Schrage. Schrage is wrapping up his very first press conference and is a Phoenix, and our John Sarver is live at Schar Center with all the updates. John, what can you tell us?
Thanks, Sam and Amanda. I'm live from Schar Center at the introductory press conference for new men's basketball coach Mike Schrage. He'll be ushering in a new era of basketball here at Elon after Matt Matheny was dismissed from his job just last month. His most recent job came at Ohio State University, where he was the assistant head coach, and he helped lead the team to 2 NCAA tournament appearances. This will be his first head coaching job, but he has worked with head coaches such as Mike Krzyzewski and Bob Knight. He will become the 18th men's basketball head coach in Elon history. That's all I have for you. Live from Schar Center, I'm John Sarver.
Thanks, John. For more information on the press conference, you can visit elonnewsnetwork.com.
According to the Town of Elon Police Department, there have been 10 collisions involving a pedestrian at Elon since 2014. After 2 Elon students were hit by a car while crossing the street last Thursday, conversations of pedestrian and driver safety are starting again. Town of Assistant Police Chief James Perry says even though pedestrians legally have the right of way when crossing the street, it's still important to pay attention.
It occurred last week. Those pedestrians had the right of way. They waited at the crosswalk like they were supposed to. It told them to walk, and when they walked, they were still hit because they weren't paying attention like they should have been.
He says it's important for both the driver and pedestrian to be alert. In an email statement to ENN, Vice President for Student Life John Dooley said, quote, "While the university continues to invest in safety measures, it is equally important that drivers and pedestrians take individual responsibility to move about campus with safety in mind," end quote. The 2 students hit by the car are okay after being treated for minor injuries. For more details on the collision, visit elonnewsnetwork.com.
There are some changes coming to Elon School of Communications. Starting in June, there will be 4 new departments to accommodate the growing number of students and faculty. The School of Communications has been a single department since its founding in 2000, with the exception of the Sport Management Department. The new departments include Cinema and Television Arts, Journalism, Strategic Communications, and Communication Design. Associate Dean of the School of Communications, Ken Gaither, says the administration feels the school is at a place where it is time for a change.
At Elon, a department chair must evaluate the faculty. And so we had a single department chair evaluating more than 55 full-time faculty. That's too much, and it's too much to put on one person.
1 in 5 Elon students is a communications major. Dean Gaither says this was not an easy decision, but he believes the new model will be better for the communications students and faculty.
Tomorrow night, the dance moves of Elon's Greek life will be put to the test. Fraternities and sororities will team up with a common goal to support others. Our Ashley Moran has the story.
Every year, sororities and fraternities come together in Alumni Gym to battle for the Greek dance crown. Proceeds from ticket sales go to the philanthropies of the top-placing teams, as well as an outside organization. While participants like sophomore Kitty Helm are thrilled to compete,
last year, it was one of my favorite days at Elon. It's just like everyone is so excited because you've been working so hard, and the turnout is awesome because so many people participate and just like come and watch.
Other students who are not a part of the Greek community, like junior Ava Altenberger, feel slightly different.
For me, a lot of my friends are affiliated, so I wouldn't feel weird going. But I do know other people who are not affiliated that might feel a little bit awkward just because they don't know so many people.
Senior and Greek dance student coordinator Charlie Baker says Elon's student life is actively working to include other organizations outside of the Greek community. The Senior Class Giving Committee, Elonthon, Relay for Life, and the Student Union Board will all speak at the event. Dance majors will also perform.
So kind of making it more holistic and moving away from just the focus on Greek life and really focusing on Elon as a whole through this event that we put on that just happens to involve Greek life.
Baker emphasizes that the point of Greek dance is to give back to the community and to support philanthropies. Last week, they held a food drive and raised over 5,000 pounds of food for allied churches and Salvation Army. The outside organization Greek Dance is donating to will be announced at the event. Ashley Moran, Elon Local News.
Greek Dance will take place at 7:30 in Alumni Gym tomorrow night. Tickets are available at the door for $15.
And the Elon Dance team just returned from a weekend in Daytona Beach at the National Dance Alliance Championships, where they won 6th place. Team captains Ellie Dirks, Natalie Wright, and Kristen Sakari are here with us today. Congratulations and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So how many teams were you up against at this competition?
Yeah, so at the competition, it's broken up into several different categories based on genre as well as division. So we're in Division 1 and competed in hip hop, and in our category specifically, there were 13 teams, and only a few of them were able to go to the finals round, like us. So.
Great, and what was it like to compete on a national scale?
Oh, it was awesome. It requires a lot of energy, and we kind of have a lot of adrenaline going into it. Prelims was awesome, but for finals we get to dance on the band shell, which is right on the beach, so it's a crazy experience, a lot of fans, and it's really fun.
And you're all seniors, so what are your hopes for the Elon Dance team the next few years while you guys will be gone? You know, what can you expect to see?
Yeah, so last year we actually placed 6th place as well, but with a lower score, and then this year we actually went up, 2 points by finals. Yeah. So just continue to keep growing, and you know, next year top 5 or even more, just continue to climb up and improve as a team and as dancers. So.
That's great. And reflecting back on the season, what were your favorite memories?
Oh boy, so many.
I think the UNC game was pretty awesome. Yeah. Being in the Schar Center for the first time and having that big crowd was a really cool experience.
Yeah. Yeah, and our whole season kind of leads up to Nationals, so Nationals is like always my favorite memory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, finding out we made it to finals was one of the most exciting times.
Mm-hmm. And what does this mean to you, the award?
Honestly, I could go without the trophy just because our team is so, we're so close and we have such a great dynamic, and just like being together and being able to celebrate that accomplishment, that was like the only trophy I need. But this is just awesome to have. It's just like a piece of like to show our memories. But
well, congratulations and thank you again so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Comedian Ron Funches is headlining the Student Union Board's spring show. Performance Chair Aaron Eady says that when looking for performers, they try to find individuals who resonate with different student groups on campus. Funches is the first Black man to headline a spring performance. He is a single father and active in the LGBTQIA community.
I just think there are different groups on Elon's campus that maybe haven't felt as though they are represented in the comedy shows that we've brought in the past. And I think this will be a very memorable experience for a lot of students, and we're reaching a lot of different groups that Sub might not have reached in the past.
Students can buy their tickets for the show in Moseley this week or at the Greek Week Dance tomorrow night. The comedian show starts at 8 p.m. in Alumni Gym.
The British Parliament has delayed and negotiated Brexit plans for nearly 3 years, and Elon students from the United Kingdom are speaking out. The person leading the charge is British Prime Minister Theresa May, and she is discussing with the Labour Party union about the upcoming Brexit vote. Elon sophomore Ellie Brown was born in England and voted not to leave the European Union. She says May brought up the Brexit conversation and now has to deal with it.
Theresa May kind of got herself into a situation and like backed herself into a corner.
Brown also says she's worried about Elon students not getting approved for visas if Brexit passes. But according to a recent Guardian report, more student visas will be given out in 2019 if Brexit is approved. Till then, Britain and the EU are supposed to make a Brexit decision on Friday. May says she will resign once Brexit is resolved.
Tweets, types, and pings. Coming up, how dating is going digital.
Severe thunderstorm watch. I'll have all the updates and your Phoenix 5-day forecast right after the break.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. This guy, no, this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
This morning I woke up, and after this weekend I was so excited about the sun, but walking here to the newsroom for the show, I don't know what was going on outside.
Me too. I saw the clouds as I was walking over, and I didn't think anything of it. Next thing I knew, I was in the newsroom looking out the window, and it was just complete downpour.
No, we avoided the worst of it, I think. We stayed dry, but
For
others
sure.
were not so lucky. So Baylor Rodman is here to tell us what we can expect for the rest of the week. Baylor?
Well, thank you, guys. We are currently under a severe thunderstorm watch. If you've taken a look outside earlier, boy, it is treacherous. This thunderstorm watch is set to be in effect until 10 o'clock this evening, so it is not over yet. You can expect here heavy rain, flash flooding, strong winds, large hail, even the possibility of isolated tornadoes. So again, this thunderstorm watch is set into effect until 10 p.m. tonight, so please make sure you use caution when you're moving around campus or traveling somewhere for dinner or what have you. We can see some, as you see there, heavy rain, flash flooding, it's all in effect. This is some video of the weather earlier today. It has calmed down a little bit, but it's going to be a mild and dry night, and I urge you, please remember that this severe weather threat is in effect tomorrow as well, and storms are expected to linger. So the majority we'll see until 10 o'clock, but these storms are set to stick around. Tomorrow you can expect travel delays and highs from 5 to 10 degrees above average. Let's move into your Phoenix 5-day forecast a little bit. So as you can see, Tuesday, as I said, it's going to be still stormy, so please make sure you move around with caution. Wednesday, it's going to be sunny though, as well as Thursday. We are expecting some clouds to move into the area on Thursday in the afternoon. And Friday, it's going to be pretty cloudy, and again, we are expecting some possible thunderstorms actually coming into the area in the late afternoon or early evening. Saturday, partly cloudy. The pollen count as well. Pollen has been a major issue on campus, and we are expected to have a large pollen count from Wednesday through Saturday. So if you are really allergic to that, make sure you take some Claritin Clear, Zyrtec, or what have you. I do have good news though. As you can see, the temperatures are all in the 70s throughout the week. So that is some good news. I know that it's going to be raining throughout the week, but hey, April showers bring May flowers. So there's something to look forward to there. Well, that's all the weather I have for you. Stay on Twitter. Again, you can follow me for some updates. That's your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Baylor. Now Megan Lynn joins us live in studio to show us some ways to save a few dollars this spring. Megan.
Thanks, Samantha. Let's be real here, y'all. We're all on the broke college student struggle bus. For me, spring is definitely harder because I'm starting to run out of money, but also constantly craving an ice cream cone from Smitty's to beat this North Carolina humidity, especially after the rain. I'm pretty bad at saying no to a sweet tooth. Don't worry though, I have a few apps for you that'll help you save on the things you love. First, I'd like to introduce you to Unidays, an app just for college students. Unidays gives you access to discount codes from more than 150 stores, both online and in person. All you have to do is sign up with your school email, then you can scroll through all the stores they offer. Let's say I want a new pair of Uggs. I would just click Get Now, and then it gives me a discount code for 10% off that I can use on my next order. While Unidays saves you some money, the only thing I love more than a discount is free. Interested? Check out the app Perksy. Perksy lets you take quizzes about your favorite brands and earn points to buy gift cards in the app. Every 100 points is worth $1, and when you hit 2,500, you can get a $25 gift card from more than 100 places, including Target, Amazon, and Uber. I've been using the app for about 2 months and already am halfway to a $25 gift card. Both of these apps are free from the App Store, so click that download button and start saving. Amanda and Samantha, back to you.
Thanks, Megan. Well, apps can be used for more than just saving money. Our Carly Thomas looks at how technology is changing dating and relationships.
Tweets, bings, and phone call rings are things we hear every day. The way we interact with people and start relationships has moved to our cell phones with apps like Bumble and Tinder. A Pew Research Center study found 27% of young adults use dating apps. Elon senior Julian Rigsby says dating apps have made dating even better.
I think you can make an extremely real connection, and if anything, it's that space between online to offline is what really matters.
Bumble is also a growing dating app on college campuses. Students like Elon sophomore Hannah Clements serve as an ambassador to promote the app.
Instead of having like ads on TV or something, they're putting all their money of advertising into students.
But Elon Jr. Sophia Diaz says you have to know how to navigate the dating landscape online.
In my interactions, I made sure to make, I filtered it in my mind to make, oh, do you want to come over tonight? That's gonna be a hookup. I filtered it for implied information.
But after a bumpy start, she's been with her boyfriend for over a year. Dating apps can be all fun and games until you swipe to the wrong person. In a study conducted by the Pew Research Center, almost 50% of people say dating online is more dangerous than other ways of meeting. Rigsby says in some ways that the risks are greater on dating apps.
It's real life. It feels like a game because you're swiping. They can see your school. They can see your Instagram pictures. You already have a bio. They know a good amount enough.
As technology advances, dating apps don't seem to be going anywhere soon. Rigsby recommends that anyone who tries out dating apps to remember one thing.
It's another human that feels and thinks the same random, impulsive, and funny thoughts that they do is on the other side of that screen.
As the world goes digital, romance is just a touch away. Carly Thomas, Elon, Local News.
For tips on how to stay safe online, visit getsafeonline.com.
Coming up, how Elon gave one student the fresh start he needed.
And I'll tell you everything you need to know about this week's edition of The Pendulum.
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you, bacteria can hide in food and make you ill.
Wow.
But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean.
I'm waiting for the rinse cycle.
Separate. Cook.
Fire in the hole!
And chill.
We chipmunks are notoriously tidy.
Check your steps. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
You're watching Elon Local News.
For many freshman students at Elon University, college is a way to change their image or who they were back in high school. For this transgender student, it was a nice way for him to start over and meet people who did not know his birth name or past. Diego Pineda has the story.
Sophomore Jay Tiemann transitioned to male at the age of 17, just months before he began his first year at Elon. Coming to college has been a way to share his story.
I wish that I had somebody when I was a teenager who would help me out more, I guess. So I'm really interested in LGBTQIA advocacy, especially for youth, because if their parents aren't supportive, they pretty much have no one else on their side.
Despite Elon's high rating on Campus Pride Index and its resources, students such as Tiemann have had to deal with misgendering, harassment, and anxiety.
Being #1 in the South, I mean, I haven't had a lot of personal experiences at other schools, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the best it could be. Being #1 out of an area that's known for not being super LGBT friendly doesn't necessarily mean it's actually that good overall.
Tiemann says one of the reasons he came to Elon is because of the amount of universal restrooms. While there are 120 universal restrooms on campus, he says the locations could be more accessible.
I still push for that because I remember how it feels to feel like I didn't have any other options, and for non-binary students and staff, they don't have any other options where they feel safe either.
Tiemann is one of the few students that is a part of the university's 10-year strategic plan. He hopes through this, he can create change and more awareness to make Elon a more inclusive campus.
I'm not the end-all be-all. I can sit here and tell you my experience, but I definitely can't define the transgender experience, if there even is one. You know, it depends on where you come from. You know, I also have very supportive parents and families, so I feel like I can be more outspoken than other people because I do have those privileges to fall back on, so I feel like I have a duty to use those privileges for good.
Diego Pineda, Elon Local News.
For more about Tiemann's experience, pick up a copy of The Pendulum this Wednesday.
And for more about what you can expect from The Pendulum this week, managing editor Abby Gibbs is live in the newsroom with all the top stories. Abby, what can we look forward to this week?
To read the rest of Jay's story, check out this week's edition of The Pendulum to learn more about his experience at Elon. We also covered the establishment of 3 female executive SGA board leaders and their journey to breaking the glass ceiling. We are also covering a story on Dragstavaganza, Elon's GLC's annual performance celebrating Spring Pride Week featuring student and an alumnus performer. For sports, we're taking a deeper look into the future of Elon men's basketball under the team's new coach, Mike Schrage. That's all we have. Back to you, Sam and Amanda.
Thanks, Abby.
It was a busy weekend for the Phoenix, plus how a tennis duo's chemistry shines through on the court. I'll have your sports update after the break.
Kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
You're watching Elon Local News.
Our Caitlin Rundle is live in studio to give us an update on Phoenix sports. Caitlin.
It was a busy weekend for Phoenix athletics. Several Elon teams played at home this weekend and on the road. Women's lacrosse played 2 games at home this weekend. Elon took on Drexel on Friday. The Phoenix won thanks to 6 goals from freshman Kaylee Thompson. The team ended up winning 13-11. The Phoenix took on Hofstra Sunday, but lost 10-6 in their second game of the weekend. Elon baseball hit the road for this weekend for a 3-game series against Townsend. The 9-1 victory on Friday was the highlight of their weekend. The Phoenix offense was led by home runs from both Ty Adcock and Jack Roberts, as well as a stellar pitching performance from Kyle Bernovich. The team took 2 of 3 from Townsend, improving to 7-2 in conference play. Softball traveled to College of Charleston this weekend for a 3-game set against the Cougars. Abby Barker pitched a complete game on Saturday, which helped keep the Cougar bats quiet in the 3-2 victory. The Phoenix finished the weekend by splitting a doubleheader with the Cougars on Sunday. Women's track and field hosted the Phoenix Invitational on Saturday. The Phoenix finished the day with 6 victories. With the CAA Tennis Championship set to take place right here at Elon in a little over a week, our Alex Reynolds caught up with a women's doubles team that share more than just a court.
Teammates, roommates, and best friends. The doubles team of freshmen Uma Nair and Nicole Shao have the most wins for Elon women's tennis this year. They say their success on the court stems from their incredible relationship off it.
So it's like sisters, like you will see her on the court, you will see her at home. It's probably, I think that's why.
You're making me cry.
It works.
Yeah, she is. She's like my sister.
Nair and Shao are currently 9-4 on the season, a record that is better than even the more experienced duos on the team. They say the success comes from their constant communication and trust.
Yeah. I mean, we had a lot of classes together, you know, we lived together, we trained together. It's like, you know, all that over a period of time, it builds like really long-lasting relationships, and I guess for us, it's like the trust was already there since the start, even if we didn't start playing doubles together.
The duo's chemistry could be due to their similarities. Both are new players on the team, they are international students, and they live together in the global neighborhood. It's not typical to see these two apart.
It would be like, what's your brother have? And then when we are going to dining hall, they would be like, where's your partner? Like, why, like,
yeah, even the dining hall ladies have noticed. They've been like, where's your other half? And we're like, oh, okay.
Sometimes we do have, like, a little bit different schedule.
Nair and Shao will compete in their first CAA tournament April 17th through the 20th on their home courts. They said that even with their success, there is a psychological disadvantage being a freshman in big matches. To overcome this, the team will rely on their friendship and teamwork.
Just like cheering like each other's like really loud, or like always like encourage each other.
Be positive with
really
each other.
Like, yeah, we have to be really positive.
Alex Reynolds.
I don't need a social life, I just have you, Nicole.
Elon Local News.
Well, what a heartwarming story to see about the women's tennis team. I love that they said they consider each other sisters and best friends. I can't imagine spending so much time with someone like that.
I know. I mean, that's so great. I think we all played high school sports.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't play club sports here, but that's exactly how it was for me too. And I mean, they just seem so close. I mean, being able to be roommates with your teammate and best friends.
That's a lot.
I mean,
and even with the dance team too, when they were coming in here, when she was talking about how she didn't even need the trophy, but just like everyone being together and competing for the last time as a team, you know, it's just so great to see Elon Athletics just bringing so many people together.
And I'm definitely looking forward to see what the basketball team is going to be doing with the new head coach. I mean, we'll see. Hopefully they have a pretty good season next year.
It's looking pretty good so far. Yeah, I think that once they get a good freshman recruiting class kind of coming in, I think they have still a pretty solid base from the kids who were there last year. So I think they just need a coach and a good freshman class coming in. I think they're going to have a good season next year.
Well, thank you so much, Caitlin, for talking sports with us.
That's all the time we have for you today. Thank you for joining us.
For all the news you need to know when we're not on the air, visit our website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
And be sure to check out our social media at Elon News Network.
Have a great week, Elon.